welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we are doing a Wip Chat. If you guys don't know what WIP stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. What you can normally do during a Wip Chat is you can bring out your own whips, or if you want to listen to me ramble about what's going on while you drive, while you do chores, while you just, whatever you want to do, we can get started. So I hope you guys are doing okay today. Please let me know. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope that if you guys have any children, little or big, and then they're having a great first few weeks of school. I myself, I am feeling a little bit under weather. I don't know if you can't tell or not. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I sound good. I don't have like a frog in my throat, so luckily that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm feeling kind of miserable as late. I'm feeling kind of hot and cold, but I'm hoping that I'll get better throughout the day because we've barely lasted a week before one of my kids got sick, and now it feels like it's a domino effect. You know how usually when one kid brings an illness, the entire household gets sick, and I know it's happening. I'm just waiting for it. But yes, school has started. I think I mentioned that last week in my Whip and Chat that we started school last week, and the kids, after I was done with recording and finished editing, we went to go pick them up, and they had a great first day of school. They had a blast. It was funny. Nicole, she didn't have any homework at all that week. But the twins did. Both of them had to do, it was an all about me poster. So they had fun writing that, and they only gave them a week to do. Michael breezed through it, didn't want to color, nothing. He was just very matter of fact, boom, 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 done. I'm like, okay. Jana, on the other hand, took 2 days because she wanted to draw some pictures, doodle a bit. I'm like, okay, that's fine. She's creative. He's matter of fact. That's the norm. But they both seem to like their teachers a lot, which I'm very happy for. It took a while for my phone number to get changed. I mentioned that we've tried to change it during during the Meet the Teacher night, and she didn't change it on the computer. She just wrote my number and just went our last name, so that way, she wrote it down to change it that time. Apparently she lost the thing or something like that. I don't know. But my husband actually had to call them on Tuesday to get them to change it. And at first we didn't think it was going to work, but I got a phone call an hour later after he did later that week about some of the changes that was going through. My goodness, but it just took a while, and it was a little frustrating. My husband was getting mad. At least I was getting emails. Now the newest thing is trying to get the teachers to email me, because they email him, but I put my email down, but they don't email me. It's always been like that. And we're like, can you email both of us? Add, so-and-so to the email. And never happened. So, one of these days, it'll happen. Oh, but Nicole's teacher did. My husband put my email down, and she immediately did. I wrote my email down, best way to contact you. And I'm like, my email, right? Here's some of my emails. I put all my numbers and stuff like that. Excuse me. And they never add me to the list. I'm like, come on. If you're going to make me fill out all of this paperwork, the least you can do is double check to see if I'm added onto the email list. Apparently not. Yeah, so let's see. It's been kind of I wouldn't say a hectic week, but it's been an exhausting week for me. I know that my body has been very, drained. It's been trying to play catch up on the sleep game, and I haven't been doing well with that. Especially since I still play World of Warcraft. And what's been going on is I wake up at 6 in the morning, but only on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I raid 9 to 12. I do that. So I don't get a lot of sleep on those days, on those nights. So my body's like, oh my goodness. And then now on top of that, I'm sick, so my body's like, let's please get some sleep. One of these days I will get some sleep. Have been sleeping in once we drop the kids off. There's been a couple of days where I'm just like, I can't. I gotta go back to bed, and I do. I go back to bed, and I sleep for I guess like an hour or so, and then I'm ready for the day, and then I have my coffee. And speaking of which, I'm gonna have some now. So if you guys want to get some refreshments, you should as well. And it's pumpkin spice creamer, to be precise. Because I'm really excited about that. I was so sad. My husband got my hopes up earlier this weekend. He promised me Krispy Kreme because they had the pumpkin spice glazed. I'm like, oh my goodness, that sounds so good. I want that. And he goes, well, we can go and get some Chinese food, and since we're in that area, we'll pick up some donuts. Spoiler, that did not happen. I am so sad. And there was reasons for it. I'll get into that soon enough. Let's see. So yeah, Tuesday was pretty much more or less the same as of Monday. But the funny story was my oldest, she started measuring herself. She wanted to see how tall she was. So I was like, okay, let's get you measured. And, it started just measuring all the kids at this point. It was funny. And then Nicole's all, of course, like, I'm almost 5 feet. I'm going to beat you, Mommy. How tall are you again? I'm like, well, last time Daddy measured, I was 5'4". So I'm going to preface this. So for the longest time, as a teenager and stuff, when I was measuring myself, I was always 5'5", 5'6". That's where I measured myself. That's where I put on my license. That's what I've done for the longest time. And then my husband measured me, 10 years ago. Because Nicole at the time, she wanted to know how tall I was, at that age. She was like 1.5 or something like that. So when he measured me, he said I was 5'4". So, and I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you're 5'4". And I'm like, no, that can't be right. But he showed it to me and everything. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird because for a while I could have sworn I was 5'6". I don't know if he played a long con or something like that. But after that, I got the Hobbit jokes. I got like all the, small, you're so small because he's 6'9". So he's a giant compared to me. Like even though 5'6" is nothing compared to 5'4", like still. But anyway, I measured myself. I measure myself the way I normally measure myself. I have a feeling I know what happened. Like when he went to check on me, he didn't check like the top of my head. He sloped his hand downwards instead. I think is what happened. So I measured myself. I stood straight. I did all that stuff. I made sure that my head wasn't like tilting upwards or anything like that. And I put a book up against my head. Then I grabbed the measuring tape and lined it up where the book was located, like right underneath the book. And it said it was almost 5'6". I'm like, what the heck? For the longest time, you made me believe that I actually shrunk 2 inches. I was ranting. I was not happy. And my husband was like, what is the deal? I'm like, you know what the deal is? You keep calling me short. He goes, you're still short to me. I'm like, that is besides the point. I am actually 2 inches taller. You keep saying that I'm not average height. It was, he's like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? Because I was upset. I was kind of upset, but at the same time, I was kind of being silly with him at the same time. But oh my goodness, I was a little furious because it's like I changed everything to 5'4". I told the doctors I'm 5'4" and everything, and I'm just like, you know, you could have just. Now he's like, now he's being, he remeasured me, and he goes, oh yeah, you're about, he goes, no, you're 5'5" in 3/4. You're barely at this 5'6". I'm like, no, we're going to say 5'6", sir. He's like, no, 5'5" and 3/4. But yeah, I'm like, but for the longest time, I'm like, look, the average height for a U.S. woman is 5'4". I'm at least 5'6". Or, excuse me, I'm at least 5'5". So that means that I'm in the average percentile. He goes, nah, you're still short. This man, he will frustrate me. I love him, and he frustrates me all at the same time. And he does it on purpose. He loves to frustrate me on purpose. He likes to see me get all, and agitated. He does it on purpose sometimes. I don't think he did this on purpose, but, he does other things to just, get me all exasperated. And I'm just like... But yeah, that's one of the things that's happened this week. I raged. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you. And I just realized my microphone's on backwards, so I have to make sure that the audio's doing okay. Let's cross your fingers. When you're not feeling great, you're not double checking everything you're supposed to be doing. Goodness gracious. I'm kind of done with color blocking. This thing has a lot of color blocking. And I've decided I'm working on the edges instead, and then I'm going to start working on the middle, and then I'll at least get to her face last. So that's going to be cute. I can't wait for that. Let's see. Let's go with the letter P. If I can find that. Because I keep going to the same colors over and over, so it's kind of hard to find, the other colors that I haven't gotten yet. Excuse me. I hope I'll probably edit the cough out so you don't have to hear that loud blast. I'm so sorry. But yes, let's see. School. So for the most part, the kids are enjoying school. I think I'm going to be getting them switching to do a couple things after school now. Because what's been going on is that they immediately go to Minecraft, and as much as, I know that they need to relax and rewind for the day, I don't want them stuck on Minecraft, so I'm going to get their yoga mats and stuff out, and I'm going to have them do a couple of yogas and stuff like that, depending on what the school homework looks like, because they said that homework is starting this week. My oldest, she started working on going to her gifted and talented class last week, and it's completely different compared to previous years. So the thing that's been going on now with them is, let's see, both of her teachers, she used to have two different teachers for GT, and one for English, one for math, and this time it's like... one teacher moved on, and the other teacher became, I think, for special needs. So one of the teachers that used to be like a 5th or 4th grade teacher is now full-time with both classes. So Nicole's trying to get used to that, and I haven't gotten any emails from her yet as of late. But Nicole seems to be enjoying that, and she's getting into the groove. She's starting to make new friends this year, which is a good thing. I've been kind of worried about her. I'm hoping that she will find some new friends to be able to hang out with once her best friend moves. I don't know when that's going to happen, but because we started watching My Hero Academia, she noticed a kid in her class having not in her class, but in her gifted talented class. She came up to me and told me, someone had a My Hero Academia backpack, and then I went up there and I started talking to him, and we started talking about My Hero Academia, and then another kid heard us talking about that, and now we're all talking about it, but they want me to catch up on everything because they watched the entire series and I'm only on season 2. I'm like, take a breath, kid. Excuse me, sorry. So she's excited about that. They, of course, since they're since they're boys, they don't like Sailor Moon, but they like My Hero Academia. So we gotten a couple episodes in now. We've watched it instead of like once a week. We're watching it twice a week. But I can't watch more than 2 or 3 episodes because that stresses me out so much. Like, it's so anxiety inducing, like just watching the fight battles, and I'm just like on edge the whole time, and I'm like, Nicole, honey, I can't watch another one. She's like, more. I'm like, no, you need to let mommy calm down, or else she's going to have a heart attack if I keep doing this. This starts making my chest hurt. so it's kind of funny that she's like so. No, she's not really like that, but it's just like, she's like, this isn't too bad for me. It's like, well, that's great, you're young. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, we're going to get through it. So it's going to go faster than what I was thinking of. But that's okay. So I'll just have to find another series to be able to watch once we're done with this. Especially since they're supposed to be coming out with a new season soon, from what I've heard. So we'll find out, I guess, in the future. Okay, it looks like I missed a plus. Excuse me. I am really not happy about the fact that I'm having a sore throat now. My throat's been getting sore the last hour. Hey. All right. Let me make sure I'm picking the right color. I just want to make sure. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Let's see. What hell else has been going on? So we've been doing. I guess I could. No, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, my mind's all over the place. I've been trying not to like go 50 miles an hour, but it doesn't work, guys. It doesn't. Let's see. So I bought some clothes for the girls right now. I'm going to wait till like Labor Day for his stuff. Right now, the only reason I bought the clothes for Nicole and Jaina was because they were on good sales. And I'm a little disappointed now with some of the clothes. Well, not the clothes itself, but the prices. So I got in a good deal on Nicole's clothes on Amazon. I found some clothes that actually work for her. I've been slowly moving away from a lot of jeans. So I found some tunic style shirts, dresses, leggings, and stuff like that for her. And they were on a really good deal. It was like a 5-pack of this. It was like 2 leggings, 2 shirts, and a dress. And it was like for $32 to $37. I'm like, yeah, sold. So I bought like 2 different packs. And then I wanted to wait before I ordered another pack to make sure that the clothes fit. When they came in, fit perfectly. Great. Okay. So I went to go check up to get, the other one that she wanted, because she wanted the cat one. She wanted the one with the cats on top of it. It was like, my other cat is a unicorn or something like that. So I went to go check it. The price went up to $42. And I'm like, nope, I'm not spending that much money. Nope. So I have it now on my cart, waiting till it finally drops. We don't know if that's going to happen. I have a couple of stuff for Michael that I'm waiting to see if it goes on sale. He doesn't really need a lot of new clothes, surprisingly. I thought he would. And then, like, with Jaina, I got her a couple more dresses because she's been asking to get more dresses. So I've bought them because they were on sale. There was some winter stuff on sale. I went to Walmart, and I bought a bunch of, let's see, well, when I say a bunch, it's more like, okay, so there was, like, winter dresses, a 2-pack of winter skater-style dresses for $6. And I remember that they were, like, $10 or $12 each last year. And like, $6 for just 2, that's a savings. Yes, please. And so I got 2 dresses for Nicole, 2 dresses for Jaina. And then also Jaina's been asking for like JoJo Siwa clothes. So I look up for a JoJo Siwa dress to see how much it is because normally they're like 20 something dollars or something. This one was on save. It was on clearance for $10. I'm like, yes, I will get that. So I got that dress too. So she's excited. It just came in yesterday. She's been begging me. She wanted to wear it today. I'm like, no, maybe tomorrow. I need to make sure I know that she doesn't have gym this week. Because if she does, she ain't wearing that dress. Sorry. I don't want her to ruin it. But yeah, we've been trying to get them caught up with clothes and stuff like that. I haven't bought any jackets yet. It seems like they're doing good on the jackets. But I don't know. Michael, luckily this year, with his class, because last year when he was in his other teacher's class, the poor kid was freezing all the time. He was near an AC. This year, it seems like he says it's not so cold so far, because usually he's even cold during the summers. So he says he doesn't really need to wear his jackets. But now Jaina says that her room is cold, so she's freezing all the time. So she's wearing her jacket. I'm not winning this. I'm not winning. One of the kids are always going to be cold, so I'm looking to probably get her a thicker hoodie or something to wear in class because I don't want her to freeze. So we'll see if we can get her any clothes for that soon enough. But yeah, with Michael, I've been saving a couple of clothes because he wants all Minecraft clothes. I picked out a couple of Pokemon ones, and he goes, "No, I don't want that." I'm like, "But dude, you don't need to have a wardrobe full of Minecraft." And he goes, "Yes, I can." Remind me again why I can't. Why do I even bother with with these kids sometimes? But yeah, it's like, yeah, I can and I will. I'm like, no, you can't, and you won't. But I picked out some stuff that he seems to like. So hopefully it'll go on sale. It's like a couple of it was like Universe style stuff. So we'll see if he likes it or not. I hope he does. I don't want to drop a lot of money just get him go meh. Yeah, and then like especially with their wardrobes, I've been trying to get them to do their chores because they've been kind of lax. I gave them a bit of a break, but this weekend I was like, no, you guys got to clean your rooms and everything. So, let's see. My oldest, she has gone back to she's always been going to her friend's house this whole summer, but it's been, insane. So what she does is when we get home, sometimes she'll skip a snack and just go straight to her friend's house. I'm like, can you wait to make sure she's actually home? Because she's taking the bus. And the bus has been kind of hectic as of late because we've had so many new students. I don't know if I mentioned this. I probably did, but last year we had like 150 new extra students joining the school, and then this year on top of that we have another 100. And then overall it was like I think 1,000 plus new students for the entire district. So buses have been late, and it's why I'm glad I am. The kids are. But not bus kids anymore, that we just, take them on in car. So I'm really glad about that because it's been really insane as of late. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, she just zooms off, and it's just like, well, chill, wait, come back, don't run off, and she's like, nope, bye, see ya. So I don't see her until 5:30-ish, a lot of times, and it's just like, I just want to talk to you about your day at school. I want to see, things are fine. Once homework starts, which should be this week, like I said, she's not zooming over to her friend's house. She's finishing her homework first, like we had installed last year. We're like, nope, you do your homework first, and then you go to see your friends. So we'll see about that. Let's see. So we'll talk a little bit about WoW because it kind of relates to what's been going on. Well, not really, but it kind of will run smoothly into the next part with my kids in school. So we went well. We went to the last boss. Well, not last. We went to the last raid, the last tier thing for the whole achievement stuff. Excuse me. So we finally did that. On Tuesday we started out, and we went all the way to the last boss. So that was awesome. We I think we only did one pull on the last boss, and then we're like, okay, we'll come back Thursday, we'll kill it, we'll be done. So Thursday, we come back in, we get all ready to go, and I have not been having a good week at all, because Monday we did mythics. I was doing crappy during mythics. Tuesday I was kind of all over the place, not doing the greatest, and then Thursday we go after the jailer, and we kill it. We kill him like within a few shots, but the last pull for that whole thing was like we were only in there for 30 minutes. So we pulled the boss, and I forgot what happened, but I died almost instantly, and I was just so mad at myself. So I just lay there watching everyone else defeat the boss. I got the achievement, but it feels kind of hollow, to be honest, because I didn't really do anything for that last boss, and I'm just like, well, okay, I guess. But since we killed him so early, my mythic group, for dungeons, decided, hey, let's start doing some, let's start pulling some mythics and do some things. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Well, one of the guys said that he had to do like maintenance, and usually it's like only 15, 20 minutes kind of thing. So we did one dungeon. I kept dying all the time. I just kept dying. I don't know what was going on. And then I was just like, well, I'm kind of giving up. I'm so frustrated. But they're like, no, it's fine. You'll be okay. It's not a big deal. Everyone has these nights. So I'm like, okay. And then one of the guys who had to do maintenance said, okay, well, I gotta go. Be right back. So we kind of just took a 15-minute break. And then before all this started, my son, Michael, he was complaining of a stomach ache. And it was weird how quickly it was because I hang out with them in the living room, and we were watching stuff, and then I was like, all right, guys, time for bed. Love you bunches, giving them hugs and kisses. And he was just running all over the place, laughing and stuff. And he goes, love you, Mommy. I'm like, love you too. Have a good night's sleep. And then, like, literally 10 minutes later after that, he was all like, he comes downstairs like, my stomach hurts. I don't feel great. And I was like, all that. I'm like, okay. Here's some water. That's my go-to. First thing, here's some water. Drink some water. See how that works, like that. And he went upstairs and everything seemed to be fine. But then when we were taking that break, which was a lucky thing, he comes downstairs complaining that his stomach hurts and he's not feeling good and he can't sleep. And I'm like, it's 10:30, sweetie. You really need to get some sleep. And he goes, I can't sleep. I'm like, well, you got a big day at school tomorrow, because on Friday was the incentive for the whole summer homework that we did. That's, that was what they were going to get, their little special prize, for all that stuff. I'm like, well, it's a big day tomorrow. You got to get some sleep. Are you too excited? He goes, no, I don't feel good. I'm like, oh boy, I know that cry. So I feel his forehead. Sure enough, because earlier that night before I started raid, there was no fever. There was a fever this time, and it spiked to 100. I'm like, okay. So we gave him some medicine, sent him back upstairs. My husband carried him upstairs, tucked him into bed, gave him some fizzy water. He kept just coming back downstairs every 5 minutes, just like, I can't sleep. It's like, you're not even letting yourself sleep. And it got to the point where I was just like, all right, my guild member has not come back yet. I'm going to just say sorry to the rest of the team and step out. And that's what I did. I apologized. I said, I gotta go. He wanted cuddles. He was just like, you cuddle with me? I'm like, I know I'm going to get sick. I accept the consequences. I will cuddle with you. And so I was like, hey guys, I'm sorry. I know that we're still waiting for someone, but I gotta go. Michael's sick. And they're like, okay, yeah, sure. That's perfectly fine. I hope he feels better. So that's what I did for Thursday night. I cuddled with him for a bit until I finally convinced him to go back to his room. And then he went back. Luckily, he went to sleep. I think like 1 o'clock. um, and then Friday, when he woke up, he was all like, I feel so much better. Can I go to school? And I'm just looking at him going, you barely slept. No, you are not going to school. And I took his temperature again, and it wasn't 100, but it was 99. So I was like, no, you're staying home. And I think he forgot about the whole thing. He goes, oh, okay. So his sisters went to school, and then I get to find out what the thing is. So at that point, we're ordering groceries. So I'm so frustrated with Walmart. So we order groceries. He's like, oh, Atlas book, because he's obsessed with his countries, and he wants a particular Atlas book. And my husband and I feel really bad about the fact that he's missing out today. So we bought him the book. It's supposed to be here sometime this week. And I'm like just waiting for checkups from the kids because I wanted to see what their whole summer homework stuff is. You guys, I shouldn't even bother with making them do their summer homework. I mean, I'm glad I did, but I shouldn't stress out too much because of what the prize was. I'm like, the last few years have been a better incentive. This time it was pizza, and then you get to hula hoop and do a dodgeball game. I'm like, really? Really? Last year they had like a Sunday party. And I heard about that they were supposed to do donuts. No, donuts didn't happen apparently. So I'm just like, really? That was it? That's it? Yeah, apparently that was it. So my husband and I are just like, okay. So we're going to try and find something for the kids to do. Don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure something out because, they deserve a little something for doing all that homework because that was a lot of homework. I'm like, that was a lot of homework. I mean, like, it was a lot of work for just pizza. I was expecting a little bit more. Like, yeah, sure, pizza, but, like, maybe a special treat. But apparently a lot of parents didn't have their kids do their homework anyways because of the entire school, which was 400 something kids. I don't remember. I think it's like from 400 to 500. I don't remember. Only 50 kids did it. So it was like, I'm glad my kids did it, but at the same time, it was a disappointing thing seeing the pictures. Oh, and then on Friday, my oldest, she got to do a science experiment with her class. She's been racking in the points from school. They have like a point system going on, and then there's like an incentive on Friday to get like a special prize. Not this week, but next week, and then it's supposed to be like an end of the month prize too for the entire class if the whole class hits a certain percentage of points. So she has been racking them in already. I am like, I'm shocked. Some of them are like easy ones, like coming to school on time, listening to your teacher, getting your homework turned in, that kind of stuff, well, not your homework, but turning in your schoolwork on time and stuff like that. So, like, it's things like that, and then other things are, like, being a leader, doing, some sort of thing. It was just like, goodness gracious, the teacher's just giving these points out like candy. But, they had a science thing on Friday as well, and it was like the trying to not let the egg break, experiment. So you had to use like things and stuff like that with a parachute to try and figure out what to do not to break the egg. And she told me that she came in second. I saw her picture. The teacher sent some pictures. and I saw her smiling and everything was cute. But she said that they came in second. Her group came in second, and they're supposed to do it again this week, but without a cup. So they gotta figure out a different way of protecting the egg. So I can't wait to see what she does this week. It's really really cool. I'm really excited for her. Let's see. Oh yeah, we ordered groceries, so that did not turn out very well for us, and we're kind of struggling right now. It is now Monday. We ordered groceries Friday. Excuse me. We ordered groceries to be delivered Saturday. It is now Monday. We do not have groceries, and my husband and I are very upset. I mean, like, we get it. We get it. It's everyone's struggling, and like, a lot of places do not have a lot of workers and stuff like that. But it's frustrating with the point of no, like, there's no communication. We just want some communication, guys. Just, instead of just saying delayed, say, hey, we're short staffed. We won't be able to get to your order. Instead of, like, where my husband just calls calls Walmart. He calls the Walmart that's supposed to be doing the delivery. No one has answered. Like, 3 hours, like, constantly calling them, and it's just like no one's answering. It's just like, what's the point of having a phone? Just like, hey, we just want to, because they had our order ready at that store. Just they needed someone to deliver it, and my husband was just like, well, I'll just change it so I can go pick it up. But I had to call, we had to call them, and no one was answering, so it was just like, okay. So we canceled it on Sunday. We left it all day for Saturday, and we canceled it Sunday. My husband then changes, and does a pickup order instead, like at the store that we normally go to. So, and he's like, yeah, we want to pick up at 5 o'clock. So he sets the time for 5 o'clock. Then at that point, we're talking about getting haircuts, because I'm looking at Michael's hair, and I'm like, yeah, Michael's hair is getting a little bit long. And he goes, yeah, it is. I'm like, yo, think you can give him a haircut before you go pick up the groceries? He goes, yeah, sure, because that's what we've been talking about. And Nicole was home. She was supposed to have a sleepover with her friend, but her friend's parents had to cancel, so fortunately the sleepover did not happen. Which is probably a good thing, since everyone was, like, recuperating. Michael was feeling so much better on Saturday, but he still had a little bit of a fever, even though it wasn't there. It just kind of came and went. For the most part, it was just like he was living his best life on Saturday. But let's see. But yeah, but Nicole went, I want to get a haircut too. I'm like, okay, sure, So I'm looking up at her old pictures, trying to find some pictures when she first got her hair cut last year. And I was just like, okay, so let's make sure, ask them for this stuff, right? Hopefully, you get the person that cut your hair last year, because they did such a good job. They did not have anyone there left from last year, unfortunately. Nicole's hair looks good. No layers, not like last time. So it's all like just one straight cut. I wish that there was a little bit of layering, because she kind of needs it. Just because of how much it helped last year. And then, like, whoever did Michael's hair, Michael says he likes it, and I'm glad he likes it, but whoever did it needs, I'm like, it could have been a little better. It could have been a little better. That's all I got. It could have been a little better. It's not horrible. It's just like his whole hair in the back sticks up straight, and I'm like constantly trying to smooth it down. So there's that. But he feels so much better, and that's the most important part, that he feels a lot better. And Nicole does too. Like, she's really happy with her hair. She told me that she wished she got it cut shorter, because I told her don't cut it chin length, because her has a mixture of curly / wavy hair, And when they usually wet her hair, and then when you cut it, after it dries, it bounces up shorter, right? I told her not to get it cut chin length when it's short, because of that. And I said maybe like around the shoulder, a little bit above the shoulder, just barely touching it, when and that way it'll be close to where it was. She was like, well, I want it shorter, because when they cut it, it was like where they said it, but it was a dry cut, I guess, instead. But I'm like, okay, well, you need to go take a shower anyway, so go take a shower. And I'm glad that they didn't cut it shorter, because guess what? After she washed her hair and came back out and I fixed her hair again, it went right near to her chin. So I'm like, yeah, see, you're perfect. It's perfect. It's just almost exactly at that length. So, I mean, I know she wants it maybe like another ½ inch, but I think they did great for that. They got as close as possible. So, but yeah, I wish that they put a little bit of layering in it, but that's okay. I can at least get back to working on her hair again, so that way it's not so frizzy and dry. But yeah, my husband went to take them to get their haircuts, and then he was going to pick up groceries. Instead, we got it's delayed, and we're like, are you kidding me? And then they told us that they didn't know when. Well, the email told us that it doesn't know when it'll be available. So my husband and I were like, okay, we're gonna have to either make an emergency pickup somewhere, because we're out of groceries. And I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, because we're almost low. We've been doing lunch for the kids. We've been packing their lunches and everything, and we had some new lunch ideas that we wanted to do, and we only packed enough for today. They only had lunch, so I was like, okay, I don't really have any dinner options, because I was expecting groceries by this point. He goes, yeah. I'm like, okay, I guess I could do spaghetti, because that's the best I got. And he goes, okay, yeah, that sounds good. But luckily, today, we got the email as we were having, and I'm sad because I'm seeing our money go away, by the way. We had to have our AC looked at, and see if it needs to be repaired. We still haven't gotten our car repaired. But when the AC person was here, we finally got an email saying that our order was finally ready for pickup. So he just left a little over an hour ago, after the AC people left. So but he said he had to go inside to do a couple bit extra things that they didn't add to the order, because they put some substitutions in there and stuff like that, and said that we were out of stuff, and we kind of need the said stuff, like the snack things and for the kids for school. So I don't know. We'll see. He should be home hopefully soon. Because I've been doing this for a little bit. But yes. So it's luckily we have stuff. And my husband said we'll just do pigs in a blanket for the kids today. I'll like scrounge up some of the leftover vegetables and stuff like that. That way, when I'm writing, because what I normally do on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do simple meals, because that way I don't have to do a lot of work on cleaning up. I don't have to spend too much time cooking. I have everything easy and ready to go. But yeah, let's go talk about the AC thing, because this is where I'm like, my money, and I'm so mad at myself. I told my husband, because last week from Diamond Art Club, they came out with some stuff, and I was just like, I want these things, but I didn't want to be like, please. But I did ask him, could I get 2 diamond paintings, because I really wanted them. And he said, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, awesome. So I go and check the website, and of course, the one I want is limited edition. It's from Chrysabugs, the same artist that I'm working on right here. It's the Aphrodite one. I was like, I want that one. And then there was one from Raven Phelan. That one wasn't limited edition, so I was just like, Alright, I would like that one too. And I have like a 15% off thing, but my husband, he started ordering stuff from his thing, and he still has like a 20% thing, and I'm like, honey, can you please order it from your account instead? So he went to do that, and I was just like telling him because he wanted to know what I liked. So I was just pointing some stuff out because it's like, yeah, I want to get Snow Queen because Christmas, and then I like this one because it's purple and it's a fairy. You know how those are my favorites. And then I look up and he bought all four. He bought all four because I just wanted the two. But no, he bought four. He goes, well, I have a 20% coupon. I might as well use it for good. I'm like, well, he goes, well, you've been good all, this whole time. I haven't been like, please. I've been trying so hard not to beg him for stuff. I'm like, I've been wanting diamond paintings all this time, but I've just been like, I'll ignore you. I'll just ignore you. But he goes, nah, you've been good. He goes, he's like, it's going to be a while before we'll have another batch of diamond paintings, so, make the best out of it. I'm like, okay, thank you. I was really, really excited, so. Oh, speaking of diamond paintings, too, I saw the Craftly thing saying that they just got their shipments coming in, so hopefully once it clears customs, they'll start shipping out the things, so, yeah, I'm so excited. So, I'm here where my cover minder that I was talking about with Mittens, the Destroyer of Worlds, and it's a little this one's actually a little messed up. It's got torn up a bit. I might get myself a second one so you can see. But this one matches that cat's a bit because it's a cat with a hat and it's sitting on top of books. Although the other one, like, it has all sort of mystical powers and stuff like that. I can't wait to get that one. That one I will definitely be working for, like, the Drills and Chills and Festival of Witches thing because of the cat with the hat and stuff like that. I'm like, and I have the perfect cover minder, and as you can see, I also have another one. It's like Basic Witch. I love both of those so much. I'm in love with those. But I'm excited. I'm like, yes. So I'm having those 3 coming soon. So yay! But I was feeling so bad because he ordered me these diamond paintings, and then we had to go, and now we have to go and do something about the AC. And I'm like, well, you can go cancel the diamond paintings. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, well, it's okay. He goes, no, you deserve that. I'm like, no, it's okay. He's being stubborn. I appreciate him, but he's stubborn. So yeah, we got the AC looked at. We've been having problems with the damper. And the guy, we haven't seen this guy on over a year. Like, the company comes out every 6 months, but this guy that we, who normally comes to see our AC, they usually send him out. They didn't send him out last time. So it's been a full year since we've seen him. And he's like, yeah, I replaced one of your dampers before. And I'm like, yeah, and, or maybe it was the other, I don't, anyway. But he was like, he looked at stuff and we thought it was the downstairs damper that might be needing some problems. Instead, actually, that one was the one that was recently replaced a few years ago. It's the upstairs damper that's causing trouble. So we are going to get that fixed. And he goes, because inflation and stuff like that, prices have increased. So it's going to be like $400 just for the part alone. And we kind of went, ooh. But we're going to get it fixed because my husband's tired of climbing up into the attic, reaching far into to get to this little flap piece to jiggle it to make the air start moving out again. And for 2, we don't want anything struggling because we had this damper issue a few years ago, and I am trying to find that one color. I can't find it. My eyes are not... here we go. And for 2, we had the issue before, but and we made it... we had to deal with not having AC for a while because we couldn't afford it at the time. So we can afford it. Luckily, it's going to be tight, but we can afford it. It's just... you know. But my husband says, I want to get it done now so that way it's not going to become a bigger issue in the future, which, yeah, that is true, because last time I think we had to spend a lot more because it was not just a damper at that point. It was like additional parts around surrounding it because we just let it go for so long. So this time we'll just get that one fixed, and that way it should be fine for 7 years or so. I think I think they last 7-10 years, right? I don't know. I don't remember the timeline. I remember the last time they said like something around that number. We still haven't gotten our minivan fixed. My husband needs to take some time off to go see the mechanic. He actually said he wanted to go and call them to see if they even have the parts and how long it's going to be. So if it's going to take a while, we may have to have someone take us back home or something like that. We'll have to see, I guess. And we'll find out how much that should cost. So cross your fingers, it's not going to be too expensive. He thinks it's the wheel bearings. He's looked up a few YouTube videos and to listen to the sound, and he's 95% sure it's the wheel bearings. So we'll see how much that's going to run us, and hopefully it wouldn't be so bad. Especially, you know, that it may take a while for them to fix. Oh well. But I hope you guys liked this video. I'm going to cut it short here. Well, it wasn't too short. It's only about, from what it looks here, it was only about 50 minutes. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!